until I find the day, the only words I know that you, until I say the only words I know that you, until I know you see. Take it out, don't let it slow down. 'Cause this is different, this is patience. No, I'm never gonna waste it. Too much too soon, is it right now? Let me in, I'm waiting outside. Too much too soon, is it right now? Let me in, I'm waiting outside. Heaven knows I'm dreaming out loud. 'Cause I'm ready for the chase now.
Good morning, my Audacious friends, and welcome to my full day of eating. Cheers. I couldn't talk to the camera until there's just a little bit of coffee flowing through my veins. Yes, I always do my greens formula prior to anything in my stomach, and I take my probiotic. And then I sit down and have my coffee. Today's gonna be a brief sit, things that I can. I will wake up at 5:30 if that means that I get, 20, 30 minutes just to sit and read. So I'm reading Through the Eyes of the Lion. This was kind of an impromptu book that I found at my church library. And it was a bargain book for $5. Yeah, that was $5 well spent because I really like it. And I'm very excited about the purchase. But I'm gonna do my reading, drink some coffee, and then we're gonna start off with meal number.
Girl, this ain't sitting real good in my soul. Everywhere this little girl goes, she pick up another obstacle.
So meal number one is going to be my first time making this food combination actually. I'm gonna try out some protein French toast. Seems to be pretty easy. We'll see if it's any good. I don't know.
Now she's far away, but I had to know. Listen, I know you see it, girl. This ain't sitting real good in my soul. Everywhere this little girl goes, she pick up another obstacle. She was my heart. I don't know the tribe or the fall, but by default, she don't think of me. I thought she wasn't in the end, but she be slanging things like a simian. All my life I wanted me and in the end. Ooh, girl, let me in. In the street with a wedding ring, and she hit the box, city babe, why you down to cheat? He looked in the eye, chivalry, is he really dead? He pulled out a tip, jumping right on him, think it wasn't good to intervene, and I lost her to the world, and the girls, and the posters, entertain, I doubt it'll pay, and it cost her, I ain't mad at me, but...
So it's still exceptionally dark because it's completely dark in my house. So I'm sorry the lighting in this beautiful meal is terrible. But I'm about to do the first taste since homegirl's never made this before. So that's pretty dang good. It tastes like a seedy sort of cinnamon roll because the Dave's Killer Bread is like a seeded one. It's pretty good, and obviously cinnamon because I put like cinnamon on everything. It's doused in it. I do love the PB2 mixed with the eggnog, Legion Whey protein, bomb. So I'm gonna eat this, and then we go into the gym and see you guys for meal number 2. Well, hello, hope you guys are enjoying this full day of eating, which is something I have not done in a long freaking time. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. But yes, this workout footage is from yesterday, and it's because I am doing chest and triceps today, And on the day that I did this footage, A, it was an early day, and B, it was legs. And you guys have already seen me do some leg footage on this new playlist. So I am known for my chest training. So I figured what a better way to integrate this full day of eating with a full day of chest and tricep training. So part of this rebuild internally that I'm doing is cutting back on some supplementation. The one big thing is caffeine, to let my adrenals kind of recover. So this morning I didn't have any regular coffee. I only had decaf. So I am only doing 10 grams of Pulse pre-workout. So that is a little less than a half scoop. The full serving is actually 2 scoops. So I'm just doing a little bit less, just a little bit of a pick-me-up. And again, I'm not gonna have any other caffeine throughout my day as I typically would have in the past. But we are going to go work out. We are going to go to Katie Hearn Gym. I haven't been there in like maybe over, it might have been honestly since the eclipse, like since you guys saw me last on my channel. That was the last time I did go to Katie Hearn Gym, so yeah. And now let's go get this workout on. I've got quite a drive to go, and I will see you guys there. This is like a little thicker than like full cereal because I only add 3 ounces of unsweetened almond milk. And then adding the almond butter makes it also just a little thicker. So it is so good. I'm gonna eat this and we take Hershey to the vet for his flu shot. Just a routine thing. I'll see you guys for meal number 3. All right, 3 hours later, you guys are gonna see meal number 3. This particular meal is not rocket science. This is the easiest, quickest meal. I am heading out. I need fast food because I'm going to be adding a little something to my hair. I'm not competing this year, and I don't know when I'm going to, and that just makes me want to do something crazy to my hair. When things in life change or get weird and you're going through like some sort of stuff internally as a female, you sometimes just gotta change your hair up, right? Am I right? Dressed, ready to go. So this meal's gonna be fast. I do order from Bite Meals. I get things in bulk though. I don't order meals so I can put it together myself. So here I've got some sweet potatoes, some asparagus, and some tilapia. So I'm gonna put these together in a meal. You'll see that here in just a second. So the only thing you really can't get a whole lot out of if you're ordering in bulk is your fats. So I'm just adding 40 grams of avocado to this, and I'm gonna top it in the microwave, and then we're going to eat. So I told you I would look a little different when you saw me again. I had my hairdresser build me some blue extensions for me to play around with. I don't want to dye my real hair because it would take a lot of processing to get black hair to look any different than black. And I've had like a red ombre before and the ends just didn't like how it felt. So she was like, hey, let's build you some pieces of blue to kind of work within your hair. So that's what we did. It's nice and soft, it's silky, it like has a texture similar to my own hair. This is real human hair, so I can like style and stuff. But that's not what this video is about. It's about full day of eating. And plus these always get really long, so I don't want to talk too much. So I'm eating meal number 4. This is my biggest volume-based meal with a bunch of vegetables. So we'll talk a little bit about that at the end of this little chat, but I'll show you what I'm putting together here first. So this is my base, spinach and this good crunchy coleslaw from Whole Foods. And I did some tomatoes, which I did measure out the tomatoes because tomatoes do have a little bit higher carb content than some other vegetables. So I do measure those out still. I have 50 grams of those on there. And then I had 2 sweet peppers chopped up on top. And I have 120 grams of shrimp that I'm going to toss in this Bolt House creamy balsamic dressing. Thank you to many YouTubers who have showed me this. I did not come up with this on my own. They were like, hey, these are great macros for salad dressing. And I'm trying it out. So quick tip, you toss your dressing here in this and coat your protein. And then you can scrape out the excess and then put it on top. But it just allows your protein to kind of get soaked in. So I'm going to do that. And then we'll show you.
Listen, I know you see it, girl. This ain't sitting real good in my soul. Everywhere this little girl goes.
Final touch, of course, the everything but the bagel sesame seasoning. And voila. Oh, there is some avocado on there too. I didn't know if you guys saw that or if I talked about it, but I did measure that out and put it on top. Before I eat and get a bunch of food in my teeth, I will go ahead and give you my spiel about what I'm doing here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it out there, put it out in the world. I did decide to go with a different coach to help me with what I need help with internally. I felt that, you know, my coach of almost 3 years before this was just outside his scope of practice and his knowledge base. My hormone health was very important to me, and so that's what I had to put at the forefront of my, you know, personal relationship that I had built with my coach, and that was really hard for me, like exceptionally hard for me, especially because, as you guys know, Matt did have like quite a bit of a whirlwind of the past couple of months. So just I had to put emotions aside and put my health first, and that was really, really challenging time for me, and that's where a lot of my disconnect from YouTube and from social media in general just explains a lot of my funk I've been in, because it was really, really hard for me to make that decision. But I did, and I've been working with this person for over 3 weeks now, and so we are on like a little bit of where we're on what we call a 7-day deficit block. So these amount of calories you guys are seeing are slightly lower than what I was on before, during like my kind of middle ground between deep in prep and not quite deep in prep. These are a little lower, and again, it's just for 7 days, and we're just kind of letting my digestive tract kind of reset. We fed me quite a bit for 2 weeks, and then we're pulling back a little bit things are going really well. I feel really good, but part of the process here is that I'm to eat at least 3 to 5 servings of vegetables a day. Beyond those servings, I do need to measure and be sure to track them. I do believe in tracking all foods because I think all foods have macros. And so that's really challenging for me. I'm kind of working with it. Like I said, I still measured out my tomatoes because tomatoes do have more carbs, and I have a set amount of carbs in my day to have, and I want to hit that goal for this deficit and with a surplus always. So I didn't measure out the spinach. I didn't measure out the coleslaw. Those kind of things, A, are a little bit cumbersome to measure, let's be honest. And B, they're not as caloric dense as some other vegetables. So I just I'm not picking and choosing my battles here. I'm just doing what is easiest and what's most mind-free at this point. And like I said, this is my most voluminous meal throughout the day that is like more vegetables. So I don't necessarily want to overload myself with a bunch of vegetables in one meal, but this just seems really satisfying, and it's a really good option for me during this deficit right now that we're doing. And I really want to be able to increase my calories in the future, and this is just part of this process with this person that they want me to follow. And so I'm following it, and I'm trusting it, and I feel good. I'm training really good. My training's down, but I'm still training good. They're still good quality sessions. I'm sleeping really well. My anxieties are low. My my anxiousness is kind of gone. That was here more so when I was prepping. I feel a lot more relaxed, and I'm starting to feel a little bit more like myself. It's challenging, but we're getting there. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat. This is a long clip. And you guys will see me again for our last meal number 5. And I'll see you guys then. I'll probably be in my PJs by then. And it's my last meal of the day, and it's getting a little dark up in my house, so sorry for the lighting. But we're making a smoothie bowl. This is meal number 5, last and final meal of the day. And you guys might have been like, where's our beef? Where's our chicken? Because that was like all I was eating for most of my prep. So because of my digestive issues and other hormonal health issues that I was having come the end of that prep, I was told to stick to easier to digest proteins. So whey protein, specifically whey isolate, because it is easy to digest and break down, it quickly absorbs in the system, and seafood. So and eggs. So I'm basically a Lacto-ovo-Pescatarian right now. For the time being, I do have a meal of choice freewillingly once a week, and I typically choose sushi anyways, but I have been incorporating a little bit of beef on that day or chicken on that day, maybe like a chicken salad or something like that. Last week I did split a burger with my husband, and that did not go over well internally. It was a little too rich. I think it was like a bison burger, had some cheese on it, and it was just too rich for my stomach. I wasn't ready for it. So things are still not perfect, but they're getting better, and introducing food slowly is going to help that, and just also having more vegetables and good gut health. And we're puppy training still. What's going on? What's that? Oh, I thought you were throwing poop at me or something. Don't throw dog poop at me, please. Okay, anyways, so ingredients. I do 8 ounces of unsweetened cashew milk. I actually prefer the vanilla. This is all they had at the grocery store that I stopped at, which was the second grocery store to find this today. And I'm doing chocolate peanut butter tonight with the Legion Whey Isolate. And we're doing, this is a chocolate greens formula from Anabolic Designs. And I use this because it's chocolate, so it makes it taste a little bit more richer, thick, desserty. And then of course, you guys know my secret ingredient is to put a little bit of pink sea salt, Himalayan sea salt in there. We'll put it in the Ninja, then we gonna sit down.
Listen.
See how it fluffs up to the top? That's fluffy. 15 grams of almond butter that I'm gonna put on top. See, you can already see how fluffy it is. I can't do this and hold the camera, but you get the idea. Super fluffy, right? Look at that consistency. It's so good. Then we have the final ingredient. I am topping it with chocolate covered banana. This was definitely a chocolate themed bowl. This is a new flavor from Halo Top. Public service announcement, don't get the green tea mochi flavor. It is terrible. But this, for $2.80, for being one of their lower calorie ones, is pretty darn good. I'm probably the only person known to man who actually eats Halo Top by the recommended serving size. I don't want to eat the whole thing because I like my other bowl. But so I'm only gonna have 68 grams of this. We're gonna top this. Camera randomly cut out. All right, I only have lip liner on at this point, and my full day of eating is done. This took forever. So I'm gonna close it out here. Love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you like it. If you don't, that's fine. Thumbs up if you like it. If you don't, that's fine. You can be one of the 5 people that give me a thumbs down occasionally. That's cool too. I don't care. But I love all you guys that participate. I love all you guys that comment. I love all you guys that have been supportive of this crazy last half of the year I'm gonna have. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.